Welcome back to the studios. My name is Carson, and as always, this is K2 Productions. We're back for another part in our build series on the Hogwarts robe. Before we start, don't forget to check out my Gryffindor robe video. It kind of gives you a better idea on what we're leading up to in this build series if you haven't already watched it. The links are in the cards up here or down in the description. But let's get right into it. So I just realized, as I was about to show you guys how to connect the backs together so that you could wear this cool thing like a armless robe vest thing. And I realized that I have two of the same sides because I did not pay attention to which faces I was putting together when I was making these all right at the beginning. You can see that I have two of the same. So here is the front on this one and the back, and then on this one you can see here is the front on this one and the back. So I actually have two right sides or two left sides, whichever you want to go for. So now I have to use this little, because I don't have a seam ripper, I have to use this little razor blade and undo this seam and the whole side and pockets so that I can flip them and make one left side and one right side. So I will be back. All right, so I finally got all my sewing back together. So now I have two pieces, a left and a right instead of two rights. So you can see there's both my backs and my fronts, and they're on the right side. So now we're going to put the back together so that you can actually have something to kind of wear. So basically, what we're going to do is we're just going to take these and put both the backs together. Make sure everything's lined up all together, and make sure you fold the fronts out of the way so that you don't sew the fronts on too, because otherwise it's just going to be a disaster. And you're just going to line up the whole center back seam with the bad sides, with the good sides facing each other. So you have to turn these kind of inside out. So you can see here's the seam on the top, and the good sides are facing each other. And then when you stitch these together and then you unfold them, there'll be a nice seam like that down the back. That you've got the back stuck together, your two halves, you should have this full kind of sleeveless robe thingy that you can wear. So you should have two black back pieces and two black front pieces all connected together with the pockets in the sides. Right there. This Easton, by the way, is the other part of the K2, I guess, if you want to call it. Okay, so now for the sleeve, it's pretty simple. You are literally just going to fold the sleeve in half and sew along this line. And then you can disregard this section because we're not doing that because we're actually going to put a liner inside of our sleeve. So there's not really much else to tell you. You literally fold the sleeves in half and you sew it like that. And just make sure that you put the good sides, like the outside or the side that you want to see, facing together when you sew this, because on the liner you'll be seeing the liner when you look inside the sleeve, and on the outside it'll be on the outside. And then this, if you want kind of like a visual representation, this is how we're going to attach the sleeve. I find it very hard and confusing about the sleeves. This is kind of what it looks like. We're literally going to sew a circle around it, but I'll show you more on the actual sewing machine. So now take your sleeve pieces, and all we're going to do is just fold them in half. Put the these sides together. So take this corner and this top up here. This is what it will look like once it's on your arm, like so. And you're just gonna sew a line straight down this side, and this will be what you see when you look inside your sleeve, and then the black will be on the outside. So do this for all 4 of your sleeve pieces, and just go down this side right here. Okay, now that we're on the hood, so you should have your lining and your outside piece of your hood. So you should have 2 of each, and it doesn't matter how you put it. Like we're gonna put it together the same way, even if you made a hood that's very extended and pointy like mine is. But you're literally just taking the 2 pieces and putting them together and sewing along this line. So even if you came out like this, so all you're doing is going straight down the line, and then once you hit the corner, just do like we did with the pockets and leave the needle in, but pull up the foot and turn your sewing machine, or turn the fabric so that you can come like this. And just make sure that you're sewing these 2 pieces, because this wavy part is where it attaches to the neck, and this is where you look out. So just make sure you're sewing along the right edges. All right, so now we're gonna put the hood together. So this will be the hood. It goes like this, connects to your shoulder like this. But yeah, you're gonna have 2 pieces like this, and all we're gonna do, this is where your face and the neck attaches down here, so do not sew that. We're just gonna sew this top line up here, and then the other side. So you're just gonna put your 2 hood pieces together and line them up, and just sew all the way around this. So you're going to come from here all the way back and down to the bottom, because this down here is where it'll attach to the rest of the robe, and this is where your face peeks out of, so you don't want to sew that closed. And then we're going to do the same thing with the liner for the hood. So just take your 2 liner pieces and put them together and stitch the same spot. And just remember that you want the faces that you're going to see inside your hood to be facing each other right now, because then when you stitch it and then you attach it to the inside of the hood, it'll open up and you'll see that part. So now that you've got everything sewn together, we're going to begin to start attaching everything to it in slow pieces. So this is kind of where the hard part is. So now you should have the robe like we went over earlier, and then you should have, here is, let's see, you should have, here's 1 black sleeve. There should be another black sleeve somewhere in here.
I went.
Yeah, there's 1 black sleeve. Here's the here's the other black sleeve. And then you should, and then there will be another lining sleeve.
Oh, this doesn't work.
It's gonna go on the inside.
I missed.
You missed the hole. Genius. And then here's the other lining sleeve.
Where is it? Please tell me you're not throwing the inside of the cave next.
I have that over here.
Oh no.
And then here's the lining hood. Oh boy, that didn't throw it all. It's all backwards. I'm pretty sure. Oh my, yeah, the flat part goes in the front. And then you got the black hood.
That was a good catch. Can't see anything. Hello.
So there is what you should look like from the outside.
This will look a lot better when it's put together.
Yes. And then you should have, I won't make them put them on because they're not even connected together yet. But then you should have a blue lining and a black piece front and back connected and another one connected that we still have to stitch together.
The hood fell. I lost it.
So now the next step, we're just gonna stitch the side and the back pieces together of the inside of the liner. So there, look at that. It's gonna be so cool. All right, guys, great job getting to this point in the build. Next video, we are going to be attaching all the sleeves and hoods and stuff like that to the central part of the robe that we just finished. So don't forget to hit the notification bell and keep an eye out for that next video. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy this kind of nerdy building stuff, be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, think about checking out our Twitter at ProductionsK2, where you can see behind the scenes, get notifications about the builds early on, and most importantly, share your builds with us. If you happen to make something, we'd absolutely love to hear about it and see pictures of it. Our goal is to build a community of makers around this channel. We really want to encourage everyone to pursue their passions and interests in making things. Once again, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Stay safe out there, and as always, happy holidays.